So most of the time in an attic, you want to have at least R38. Now that can be achieved by the thickness of the insulation, depending on what type of insulation you're using. So you'll notice a lot of times you're going to find that the R38 insulation is spaced. That means it has the craft paper on the back like this. That's your vapor barrier. This should meet the sheetrock that's in between the livable space and the attic. You don't want to put this on the top side in the attic. That would create a vapor barrier and you could get mold issues and things like that from it. So make sure if you are using craft paper and you're replacing any insulation in the attic that your craft paper is on the top of the sheetrock in between the attic and the livable space. Do not put the craft paper on top. Now remember, when you put your insulation in the attic, when you get out towards the soffit area, that's where the roof comes down and meets the soffit, a lot of times the soffit is going to look like this. Now you can see here this soffitting has perforations in it. That's to allow the ventilation to get up into the attic and create a proper convection flow. Some soffitting does not have any ventilation in it, and you need to make sure that your attic system is designed properly. If you need to speak with a builder about what's going on in your attic, it would be a good idea to have it checked out if you're not sure before you start insulating. Just a quick note, if you're getting mold in your attic up on the roof decking, on the bottom of the boards where the nails are coming through, you can see little rings around the nails, or there's rust on the nails that are coming through the roof or the shingles. Chances are you have bad ventilation and you need to address that. So for proper convection on a gable house where you have the ridge vent and you have ventilated soffits, it's very important to make sure that you do not block off the soffits with the insulation. You still need to have that ventilation get up into the attic to allow proper convection. That's where these come into play. Now what you can do is there's a couple different types here. This one's made by Duravent, and this one's a ProVent one, and this one's a smaller one for 16 on center, 24 on center. And this one you can split. You can cut them down the middle if you need to. It's 24 on center or it's 16 on center. And what you want to do is you want to take these and you want to staple them up to the roof decking or the rafters, however they get mounted in there based on your scenario. You can see that there's tabs on the side to be able to staple it. And you want to staple the sides to the rafters or to the decking of the roof. Obviously use short staples. You don't want to go through the roof decking and create any issues. Same thing with these here. You can see the tabs. Now this gives you a picture here of how it actually goes in there. And what that does is that allows the ventilation to come up along the roof decking and rise to the ridge vent and create a natural convection. And that way you can put the insulation up to the soffitting vent just like that. This one here comes in a 10-pack for like 20 bucks, and these are like $3-4 a piece. Personal preference. The plastic ones are a little more durable, and the foam ones are a little more flimsy. But they're both going to do the same thing, and that's what you want to do when you're insulating your attic. You want to make sure that you take the time to make sure your ventilation from your soffits to your ridge vents are not blocked off. You need to keep that proper ventilation to prevent any potential mold issues and also allow for the heat temperatures and the cold temperatures during the different seasons to be able to be the proper temperatures in the roof area to give you longevity on your roof and give you proper system functions. Well, I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm here to help. I appreciate all of you, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.